Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a tune similarity program. We've got a bunch of fiddle tunes and old time tunes that I'd like to analyze and see how similar they are to each other, and maybe trace a potential flow of things from one tune to the other. And we've come a ways on this. We have a file called Nos Galen. It's got a bunch of versions of Deck the Halls, the Christmas Carol, and it's in this format called ABC, and so we're kind of working our way through the format to make sure we can parse all the pieces of that. Okay, so I've changed this around a little. I want to start with improve our error messages. So I'm getting this message, unexpected characters. It would be really nice if it said something like found and maybe like ... and then greater than if that's the thing it found. Maybe just found greater than maybe 3 characters, greater than X comma ... or something. But I'd like the message to be a little more helpful. We know one of the problems. I looked at line 104 and said, oh, it's got an ampersand GT in it, which really should be translated to greater than. And we need to handle greater than as well. So I guess I should add that. Less than greater. Okay. But these others, I don't know what it found, but it would be nice to know. It would help. We also, going through that, we found several things we need to support. And then I have some more kind of software design things. One is that we are returning bare tunes as a bare array of tunes. I'd really like that to be its own type and then attach the errors there instead of making the parser own them. The parser to me is more of a function that takes input and produces stuff, and errors are an example of that stuff. Okay, then once we have them, today we're writing them to the console like this. They really should be in our report output. And I talked with Fiona last night about the report we had so far, and basically we agreed that this fixed width idea is not really helpful. It really is nice to see the whole shape of the tune, and so we're going to change the report to show the title, reference number, and title on the first line, Parsons code, the star RDU stuff on second and following lines, split every 32 characters, we think, followed by the graph. Okay. So today we show them side by side. With this change, we would show them stacked vertically. The 8th notes of the graph. It was so nice to see the whole code. We didn't bother. Okay, so we'll just change the goal there. All right. I don't know when we'll do that. Yeah, it's easy. This other stuff is not easy. Okay, then there's another change, and I'm not sure when to introduce that either, but I'm coming to realize that the complication we have in parsing this format, let me see if I can find the reference for that again. It's order of constructs. We've been trying to accommodate this. Grace notes, chord symbols, decorations, accidentals, and so on. It's not clear. Well, the way we are now, we are trying to attach them to the note, and I feel like maybe that's misleading. Okay, I think what we have to acknowledge is there are a bunch of things coming at us. And I think instead of attaching them to notes or figuring out where to do that, I think what we need to do is is turn this into a stream of entities of some sort, and then later processing can kind of assemble that as affecting notes. But the order is a little weird to me because the grace notes, that's sort of a little twiddle da 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 kind of thing. That to me really is next to the note, but well, maybe next to the accidentals and the note in the octave. The chord symbol, that tends to be, here's a chord for covering several notes and stuff like that. The annotations, yeah, they're all over there a little bit. I don't know. I find the order weird, but I think regardless of what I find, turning this into a stream of stuff that we interpret, I think will be a better model for us going forward. And I think it will open up, like we had this issue yesterday about, is this a rest or is it a note? Here, rests are treated as notes in ABC, sort of. So I think allowing a rest and then having it, its note length or something come after it is a doable thing. So I'm not sure how to describe what I want. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Lyric lines. Oh, that's lyrics. Okay. Right. So this is turn tunes into a sequence of musical, I don't know, signs rather than jamming everything into note. And right now we still have this note versus pitch idea, and I'm not sure we're doing that quite right. All right. I don't know. It's a long list. Today's Thursday. It's the end of the week for broadcasting. We won't finish this list today, I'm afraid. Next week will be a short week for me. I'm only going to be here Monday through Wednesday. We might finish this by Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes. Okay, let's tackle this first. Improved error message, so that we get something here that says, oh, I'm seeing NGT semicolon, whatever it is. That will let us do the HTML entities. Okay, so HTML entities, etc. Okay, and I did a little work on that down here somewhere. Ligatures. There we go. Yeah, so they have, like so many things, multiple ways to do stuff, and if you want a capital A with a grave accent on it, you can either write \quote A, ampersand A grave semi, or the Unicode for it. I want us to handle the HTML entities because that's what's being used in the test file we've got. In the long term, or at least the medium term, we probably should handle any of this stuff. Most of it is not absolutely necessary because ABC requires you to support UTF-8. Well, no, it defaults to UTF-8, and it recognizes that not everybody can do to UTF-8, so they have these alternatives. But anyway, I took this table and I copied it into Excel, and I added a few that were mentioned up above or that I knew were in our file. You're allowed to add others. Somewhere they say that. It may offer support for other named entities. Okay, which that's these first 5. And then I just did a simple-ish formula that puts quote the named entity quote colon quote the replacement and a quote and a comma, and this is suitable for dropping into a map. Okay, so I can take that. I have to do a little work because these not availables, we don't want to map them, and quote is going to need a backslash in front of that quote, because that's what you do for quotes in Swing or Swift. Swing. Wow. Okay. Let's see. So error messages. Let's go to the parser tests. I know we had error messages in here because we worked on that yesterday, the day before. Error gets caught. Okay. Illegal line isn't defined. Expected K. Okay. And I think we should say found and then E colon, whatever it is, yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, there are other messages. So we'll fix them. They're going to break. I'm okay with that. It's not very many. Okay. So let's say found E colon space. Dot. I don't know. I don't know if I should delimit that somewhere. Okay, we'll see how that reads. All right, this test is going to fail because it passed before. Okay, we should find expected K. Yep. All right. I don't know how that looks. Okay, so the parser, we know this is at the bottom because we just worked on it. All right, here's the line number, the message. I would like to I think my parser okay, that's coming out here. I think well, this is the one that's coming out. Found tick tick, and then what's in here? Well, it's really the line sub position plus 1 dot position plus 3. I don't think this is going to pass. I think it's going to, well, subscript index and int be equivalent. Position is an int. I don't know if this is... That may not be helping any. This requires index to be indexed. Okay. I know I should learn this better in Swift, but substring. can use a suffix. Yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, Apple overcomplicated. This is probably the way to go. Take the line. Line dot start index offset by position +1. Actually, let's let message 2 equal. Well, that's not so helpful. What's line? AFGG dot. Oh, I'm running all the tests. Let's just run the one we care about for now. Oh, it's line 3. What? I colon space I. This is weird. I guess it's... I guess I should be going from position. Okay. Position. I think I can do this. Well, that's not right. Offset by position. It's just not going to happen. What are we getting? Econ. Dot, dot, dot. Wait a minute. Line 3, column 1, message, expected K space, dash, looks like 2 spaces. Is that my expected? Yes, it is. Okay. All right, now this one should fail, and it should come back and say found question mark. Right. The thing is, I want I want the last I want the 3 characters starting where it is, but if there aren't any characters or if there's not 3, then I'll take what you got. Okay. So let's make a method. I'll put it down here for now. Format message. It takes a line of string, probably substring. No, it's a string. And what else does it need? Position and message. Line index, start index, offset by position. Okay. Let's return message 2. This yields a string. Okay, and this is format message line position message. This stuff goes away. Value substring. Okay, then I guess this is substring. Now, ugh, this. Okay, yeah. I may have to, yeah, I have to maybe deal with the upper bounds and stuff like that. Ugh. Everybody hates it. um, I don't know. I just have to put the max in, I guess. Yeah, there's take. It might even be in there now for Swift 5. Is that suffix? Oh, that might be better. Up to the maximum length. Yes, that's kind of what we want. Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, so if I take line dot suffix from position dot prefix max length 3. Okay, let's try that. This is found. Put that here. We don't need start and end anymore. Cannot infer contextual base. Cannot convert by int. Well, why did he get to do that? Numbers.suffix 2. Oh. Okay, you can do the last two. Max length. Okay, where's string? Suffix returns a suffix which containing the final elements. That one has to be an index. Okay, we'll put these back. Okay, let's test this one first. Good. And I think the failure is just going to be the message failure, right? Quote. Right. What we found was, quote, questions, dot, 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 quote, I think. All right, let's see if there are others. I don't know that there are. Been a couple. Unexpected characters. Yes. Found. Quote. Okay, so make error message, give some context. All right, and let's go ahead and run it on the real thing. We had the output before, but I think we'll get better output now. The column number is nice, but I can't just look at this and say, oh, that's column 42. But I can see the less than sign at the right place is probably there, so that's okay. Well, while that's going, still starting. Well, I don't know what we can. Why that startup is so slow. Let's put this down here. I hate to think it's almost running, but what's going on? This part shouldn't be controversial to our app. Okay, I'm going to stop. Run tests. Run the app. Well, tell you what, I'm going to grab a drink while that's thinking about starting. Okay, this is odd. I mean, it does seem to think it's going to start. Oh, I must have minimized it at some point. Okay. Try again. Okay, there's our code. Yeah. All right. That is encouraging. 109.54. 104, sorry. Oh. Huh. I thought for sure it was on the GTs, but it's actually the slur. Oh dear. Okay, so we have parentheses. These create slurs, but parenthesis 3 says the next three notes are a triple, I think. Let's see. Okay, so I'm solving the next problem by replacing entities. All right, so let's find last three. Okay. Oh, they just everything has to be complicated. Okay, parenthesis 3 is equal to 3 colon colon or 3 colon 2, which is also 323, but 3 colon 2 is only 322. Okay. Ignore spaces after the tuplet specifier. Okay. So, well, a triplet, okay, is playing three notes in the space of two, so they're playing a little faster. Dun 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 dun. Um, so I guess where we find our slurs, we're gonna have to consider that it might be followed by a number, meaning it's a triplet, etc. Okay. This one, actually, I talked to Fiona last night. This should be AD, so that's okay. Found Q colon, okay. Line continuation 351.52. Let's see what's going on there. 52. Found, I don't know if that's end of line. 3, 6, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 42, 43, 45, 46, 48, 49, 50, 51. Expected character. That's an odd one. Okay, the W colons, I understand those. Yeah. 422. Oh, I think our rests don't yet support slashes. Yep. Okay. That's probably the same thing. All right. Let's see. So I guess our to-do becomes handle triplets. Triplet markers, I'll say. Okay. And the test. I don't know where these features. slurs are allowed. Okay. Let's check. Triplets are allowed. And let's just do 3 FED A. Triplets. Okay. And I think we'll is there a generic term for triplets? Duplets, triplets, quadruplets, etc. Yeah. Okay. Tuplets. Okay, let's call it tuplets. Okay, this should fail. Okay, why do you fail? I guess we had this. Oh, something's wrong. Yeah, you don't put a closing marker. That's better. Okay. What's the actual failure? Thank you. Duplets are allowed. Well, expected a note, found 3 FE. Okay. Let's find the slurs handling. Oh, that was in note parser. Maybe. Well, I thought we handled that. We had a test for it, right? Right above. Okay, so maybe that's in notes parser, or what do you call it, line parser now? Make note line parser. Okay. Rest or note, grace note, annotation, character. Is that what oh. Text. Now that I've found it myself, thank you. Okay. Here. Yeah, this is when I talk about we should just do a sequence of things. I think that's what we need to do. Let's say you can have optional optional match leparend and match 3. Cannot convert value type to expected type character. Oops. Okay. Right. So I'm saying let's allow a marker, a triplet marker. Okay. So ABC test. This should be okay. Okay, and then let's fill in the others. 2 is a tuplet, a duplet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now, I don't know if this supports it. I think it probably does, but you can, I mean, some music does have like a five, well, let's take 8, an octuplet. But inside the octuplet could be some triplets or duplets or some things. It's like the triplet takes the space of 2. Maybe a quadtuplet. Is that it? Or tetratuplet? I don't know. But a 4, I could have 3. I could have 4 triples and 2 triplets inside it. Okay, so a nested kind of structure. We're not going to worry about it. All right, so that's those. Okay, these won't pass because only 3 is supported. Okay, yeah, that one's good. I'm just going to say tuplets for the rest of these. Well, maybe this is a 4 tuplet. Okay. Anyway, those don't pass because we don't. We should match a digit here. I don't know if we defined a digit parser. Let's do that. Order factor to use that more later. And digit. Okay. This should all pass. Well, slurs are allowed. We'll just run 1. Four colon 2. Line 4, column 2. Oh, it is line 4. Okay. Slurs around column 0, 1, 2. Is that the order thing? Is that what's doing it? Okay, if I take this out, does that test pass? Huh. I don't understand why that's not accepted as a annotation. So we have a note, we have an annotation. I mean, the only thing is this is a little bit of a backup issue. But it's optional, so I would think if you match the left paren, well, why it's falling apart before that? Okay, let's run that test again. You get a bar line. Okay, an optional starting bar line followed by as many of these as you want, followed by spaces or bar lines that get ignored. Well, it's certainly not going to match bar line, so it comes into all nodes parser. It should match the annotation. Okay, well, first it comes through and it matches a note. Note parser. No annotation, no decoration, no this, no that. Just gets down here and matches a rest or note. And these take the first one that matches. It's okay to back out of this. And we're not even trying. I mean, this comes in with the left parent, but it's dying at the quote. I'm really confused. So I would have thought it would match A and then come back around looking for annotations and match our quote high. Let's. I don't know if I want to break. Problem is, I don't have a good debugging mode for matching these pieces. Okay, all note parser, then skip any spaces or bar lines, then come back around for another all notes parser. And now all notes parser says any annotations. It should match. Well, staring isn't helping much, is it? I guess I'm thinking it's... I don't know. If it goes in here and fails this, it's optional, so it should just back up and try again. I am puzzled. Let's try a simpler one. Okay. Let's take out this stuff. I'll comment this one for the moment. Unexpected characters found FE. Let's make this. I was going to make it optional, but that doesn't quite help us. Let's see what happens if I do it. I think. Okay. We're throwing out information because we don't need it for what we're doing with the Parsons code, but I wonder if we're messing ourselves up in the future. And this is where the string of symbols maybe is the way to go. Okay. I'm gonna put this notation in. Okay. Now I haven't dealt with the whole complexity of them, but we'll save that for another time. Okay, so that works. Let's put this in again. Now, line 154 or whatever it was, 104. Oh, still not happy. Yeah, what I was afraid of this, that like we only allow one. Let's allow multiple. Well, sorry, let's fix the test to check that. It's really like that is a triplet with the first three notes and then the A. Triplet and slur. Okay. I think this test will fail. Okay. And expected note found that. Yeah. Okay. So let's change this to 0 more of these. Yeah, I'm definitely. I mentioned before today I wanted to get out of this and make it more linear. Just here's a thing, here's a thing, here's a thing, a sequence of stuff, some of which are notes. Okay, so that should all pass. Okay. Allow slurs and tuplets to nest. Okay, and one more time here. See if we can get past 104.54 for our first error. $104.75 and GT. Okay, that's where I thought would be an hour ago. All right. Let's see. Where is this going to be good? Well, I think it's in our loop here. Excuse me. This is a expected format. So the line, I think we want to make sure that they do stuff. So let's do a, I guess we're going to do a test with entities in the line. Okay. Ugh. I don't know. It's kind of early. I don't know. I don't want to go building up a huge test case for something that's a relatively small thing. That's parser reference number. Yeah, maybe before this. And I'm gonna I'm going to generate it in place. Okay, let's call this original line. Oh dear. That messes up the columns. Oh boy. If I can extract method. Extract method, no. Extract variable, no. Okay, that should be a refactoring. Ugh. Oh, these people that want substrings. Okay, well, I guess that's why I'm doing this. Okay. Okay, that's in place. Now, let's just call our function. Let's start here. Does nothing if no entities. So that should be the same as ABC dot dot dot. I hope I can compare substrings. Okay. This should fail pretty clearly. Okay. Good. All right. So I think we can say if not string dot contains if there's no ampersand in it, then we're done. Well, actually, we don't even need to wrap it. We'll just return string. Okay. Otherwise, let's return string, and same test should fail. Okay. String dot replacing occurrences of and GT semicolon with greater than. Okay, this does not generalize, but it does the job. Okay, so what I want to do all right, let's go look at those again at the bottom. I mean, they're all, it's ampersand alphabetical stuff. Semicolon. Okay. Split is a separator character. Ugh. Where separator? Subsequences that don't contain elements satisfying the given oh, character to Boolean. Okay. Give it a function. Right, but that's still not what we want. Maybe I should check over here. We had this thing up. Let's look for regular. Not found. Yeah. I really don't think we want to do that. I wanted to break up the string by pieces. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm going to end up doing. There's prefix and suffix that we used before. I don't know. Didn't happen there. Yeah. That's really not super acceptable. And this is okay, but if all right, how can I map? So what I'd like to do is scan the string for ampersand alphabetical semicolon and use that to, every time I find one, I want to replace them. Even that's dangerous, right? What if I had ant amp semicolon? Let's see, what's my case here? Ant amp semicolon GT semicolon. Right? If I replace amp first and then I look for ant GTs, then I'm in trouble. Maybe I do amp last, because that's the only one that's going to get me this problem, isn't it? Okay. If I did string dot split, separator is ampersand. Empty subsequences. False. No, I'm gonna wait. All right. Tell you what, we're due for a break. Let's take a break, about a 3-minute break, and we will come back and deal with the problem of generalizing this to lots of things. Okay, so that one's fine. Let's add the next one and less than, and say that's when we should be generalizing, because this test is going to fail. Okay, so I could obviously keep appending dot replacing occurrences of, but you saw that table, right? I mean, I had, I don't know, 50 lines, 80, 85 lines. Okay, there's too many to do that for, and so I want to do something where I'm finding the tags and only replacing them as I find them. All right. So I think we will. Yeah, let's take that break and we'll come back and deal with it. 3 minutes. All right, welcome back. So we're trying to generalize this to handle arbitrary HTML entities, and we have a list of about 85. So, well, probably 80, 75, but a lot. I don't want to put them all in a big chunk of code here. What I'd like to do, and I found this, the regular expression stuff may be the way to go. We can define a pattern that matches our entity names, and then that gives us the result there. I mean, I'm sure it gives us back an indexed range we can use to replace. And I think we're still going to have to work our way through the string. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that. Okay, so if I did, let's let pattern equal ampersand a through z plus semicolon. Okay, and then I don't know this. Let's make sure this doesn't do replacing occurrences of. That sounds very generic. String protocol, replacement string protocol. Yeah, I don't think it's generic enough to do regular expressions, though, is it? Okay, so. All right. So if we find, let's do this. While let entity, how about found entity equal string dot range pattern dot regular expression. That's what they said here, right? Text dot range pattern, oh, options colon. Dot regular expression. Okay, that matches index 0, length 1, I, right? No matches nil. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, so we found a regular expression. I want to say if if it's nil, then we haven't found any. Okay. If it's not, I don't know if I can assume it's not at this point. X equals found entity. Type of X is index question mark. Okay, so I think I can say guard found entity not equal nil, else return string. Now the type should be just found entity. Nope. Maybe this combines. and check this again. Found entity. Okay, it's a range. Good. Okay. Now, we want to do a replacement. String dot replace subrange. Entity bounds might be a better name. With that. Okay. Oh, it's a mutating. I don't know. This is getting ugly. Okay, I think I've moved this down effectively. If it doesn't find the pattern, including if it doesn't even have an ampersand, then return the original string. Well, that's just input. Okay. Then we're gonna replace the subrange entity bounds with greater than. No, with greater than, and return string dot dot dot. Okay. And my claim is that's going to pass the same way and fail the same way. So the first test should pass, but the second one should fail. Okay. And it should have a greater than in it. Yes, we've replaced all entities with greater thans. Okay. Woof. Sorry. Okay. Now let's add this test. Okay. This one's going to fail because we only replaced the first one. Okay. 2 failures. Yes. Okay. So now let me undo that. I'll just keep that around a minute. Okay. So I want to do I want to make sure I do this again and again and again. Okay, so this should be in some sort of loop. Do I have a while let? Okay, yeah, that might work. Okay, so let's do while let entity bounds equals string range of pattern Okay, so while we find the pattern, while we find an instance of the pattern, replace it with greater than. and then exit. And if we don't find any instances of the pattern, we just we exit with the same thing. And I guess I could do an early return. That might be worth keeping. Oh, not enough to matter. Okay. Okay, I think that's getting us better. This is a little more stable than that. Okay. And that I don't need. Okay. So while we can take the entity bound string range of pattern has a match, then replace it, and then finally return string. Okay. And use of declaration before. Oh, if input contains that. Okay. All right. And this should pass the first two and still not pass the third. Okay. So that one passed. This one, we're still replacing everything with greater thans. Okay. Let's see. Now I need this code. Okay. Entity to string is of type string to string equals this, that, and let's see if I can tackle this. Let's take all this. Okay, so this one we got to escape the quote. I'm gonna hold amp out of there for a minute. Okay, I'm looking for the ones that say not available or something like that. Yeah. Look at yours. Okay, so this map. All right. If this sub and oh man, I have to get the entity. Where's that example? Set range result equals match at index 0 with like 3. Okay. Let's see what we're getting here. Should be the index, right? Range self-index. Okay. Right. So if we've got it, then let matched entity equal, and let's take string sub entity bounds. Okay. If this of matched entity is not nil, then we found a replacement and we should replace it. If it is nil, then we did something like ampersand random semicolon that doesn't really match entity to string. Okay, that's a substring. All right, I'm going to wrap it, and then we'll see. Let's get it right, and then we'll do it. Okay. We find the next regular expression candidate. We pull out the string that corresponds to it. We look up and make sure that that entity is in our list. If it is, then we replace it with, let's do if let replacement text is this. I think this is implicit. Then we can use replacement text here. Okay. And I think that should do it. Oh. Okay. Let's see. That was not 0.003 seconds. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's make sure this can. Well, let's do something interesting and copy. All right, and we know copy is in here. Okay. I guess we don't need the substrings anymore. Are we returning substring? Okay, so let's take that out of here. Oh, but that one is a substring. This one is not. Okay, our answer needs to become a substring, so that does that. Okay, this should still pass. Now, let's make sure ampersand is in there. Wow. What just happened? Oh, ha, ha, ha. Okay, we got an infinite loop because we match the same expression over and over and over again because we're not moving past it. Ugh. Ugh. Should we delete it? Should we replace it with something else? I don't know, maybe replace it with a question mark? Let's do that. Okay, let's split up this test case. Okay, so func test entity unknown entity becomes question mark. Unknown, okay, becomes a question mark. That's one thing we want. And then the other one is ampersand entity is translated only once. Now, is that right? Okay, and this one, is parser. No. That is right. But then I want to make this tricky case. And amp GT semicolon should become and GT semicolon. Okay. And let's make, okay, let's see. This one should still pass. This one should fail. Let's fix that. Okay, there it is failing because it doesn't terminate. Okay. Let's say if something. So let's just do a let here. Replacement text equals that. If replacement text is nil, then we want to do something else, do what we were doing. Okay. If it's not found, then we're going to do a string.replace. Well, no. String member has no replace. No. Let's see. Let's do var replacement text. If replacement text equals nil, then change it. Okay, make clear we're always replacing. I think that's better. Well, and this can then be folded into this. Okay. Now, replacement text is always defined. Okay. That should pass this test. Okay. And then this test, well, it doesn't pass now if because we didn't put, we took it out. I commented it out. All right. But I think if I do this, I'm going to pass the first one, but not the second one. So 90 I expect to pass. 91 does not. Okay. That does what I was worried about. So if you have amp and amp GT semicolon, you should only translate the first one. You don't want to recycle through. And I think ampersand is the only one that risks this. And it's the only one that turns into an ampersand. So that's the one we got to watch. We don't want to magically get a greater than or another ampersand in there, because that's how you inject stuff. So I'm going to be a little tricky at the end here. Whoops. So I'm going to hard code that case basically. Okay, so we'll take this out. And do that, and then at the end, no, that's still not going to work. Oh. How can I do this? And do I need to worry about it the same way? Maybe I don't. Let's undo that. Oops. We'll change our test and say this is the expected behavior. So this is going to become greater than. So let's say can be applied multiple times. Okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think let's take it for what it is. Okay. Replacement text was never mutated. Right. That. Okay. So if you're going to use these things, it's moderately expensive because we're scanning through looking for regular expressions to replace. It always eventually terminates, so that's okay now because we said we're just going to give up if something's not in the list. Okay, I guess. Harder than I thought. All right, so handle HTML entities. Okay, now it may be that that's a mistake to allow the and amp thing, but I don't. Working around it is going to be a hassle. It could be done, right? Because I could peel off the stuff up to my entity, take that piece, take the entity replacement, take that piece, and then take whatever's after the entity replacement and work with that. Okay, but let's see, did I commit that? Yes. Okay. Well, let's run this again, and now line 104 should be good stuff. All right, so the challenge we had was 104 didn't know what to do about entities. Now, okay, now this is progress. We found a greater than. We don't know what to do about greater thans. Okay, that's a it's a rhythm entity. Let's see. So find greater than. Okay, I should say dotted. Find dotted. Okay, dotted links. Yeah, here we go. If so, these dotted rhythms are very common in some stuff. So bump ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum. Okay, hornpipes, straight speeds, and Morris jigs have dotted eighth notes followed by 16th notes, or vice versa. Okay, so da dun da dun da dun da dun. This okay, so this notation works, but it's clumsy. Yeah, so you could say, okay, we're just going to write everything down in 16th notes, and won't that be a pain for all our eighth notes? We have to put twos after them. Or we could write it in eighth notes, and then we have to say this one's 1.5 times as long, and this one's half as long every time. Or we write A greater B, and we're saying this is one. The first one's 1.5, and the second's half. Okay. At this point, we're not doing rhythms, so I'm just going to match that as a freestanding thing. That's I mean, I could match the A greater and say that's really the same as I don't know, 3/2. It's really at times 1.5. It's not a yeah, it's sort of the same as a times 1.5. Okay. All right. So these are, well, they're calling it broken rhythm. Okay. Dotted notes. Dotted notes are different. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would think dotted notes are different, but maybe not. Oh yeah, and you can do this multiple times. Because you can put double dots and triple dots and quadruple dots and everything else. You know, but okay. Well, okay, we got half an hour. Let's tackle this. All right, so we need a I'm not sure. Does our note parser? It does handle the rhythms. Okay, so let's add a case for that. So test note with a less than. Try note C32. Okay. This C less than. Oh, this is going to be an issue, isn't it? Well, a C less than certainly is a C, but the problem is I got two notes in a row. I don't think this is the right place for this. Okay, because they got to come as pairs. Let's go back up here, and that means it's the multiple notes being involved. Errors. Slurs, tuplets, rests, decorations. Well, it's I guess we can't see the rhythm, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's change this to a check tune parsing, and we'll give it C less than D should be CD, And this is broken rhythm markers allowed. All right, and this multiple rhythm markers, I don't think allowed adds much. Okay. And we're pretty sure this will fail because line 104 failed. Empty tune, and some messages, I imagine. Found greater D, found greater less, found less than. Okay. Okay. Now, we're kind of back up here. No, down here. Oh, it's this note parser thing again. Fine. Make note line parser. Okay. Well, we need to fix those digit things, but that's different. Okay. Now, rest or note parser, I think we're going to say followed by any number of of one of less or greater. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's commit that. Allow broken note markers. Now, what this is allowing is it lets you put them in even if you don't have them followed by other notes, which is odd. I don't know if it's legal, but we're ignoring the rhythm, so it's acceptable, if not desirable. Let's refactor this digit. Any more 0 through 9s? Okay. I don't know if we can make that a global or a predefined thing. Let's do that. Whoops. Okay. Okay, make sure that works. Alrighty. Once again, we're going to reference this thing, run it, see if we get past line 174. Yes, okay, 179, that was an error in the original. Okay, so that's just a D, just like the one down here and the one up there. Okay. I think I just 239. 239. Okay, yeah, now we're down to here. Okay, that is good. 349. I'm still not sure what's up in 351. 349 is this. That's fine. 351, 2 lines later. I wonder if we just don't allow this. Well, no. We certainly allowed it here, so I don't see why it's an illegal character there. All right, let's pursue that. Bar line or bar line. Okay. So skip this. Skip the spaces. So we have notes followed by spaces, followed by a bar line. Oh, match star or bar line. We have both. So that should be okay. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. So all right. So we're matching a bar line at the front, and then we match notes followed by 0 more spaces or bar lines. Okay, so what does 351 look like? It has spaces and bar lines. Let's make sure bar line is working, has the bar lines we expect. Yeah. Has colon. Did we allow multiple? There. Maybe we need to do that here too. Okay, let's set up a test. Allow bar lines. Yeah, we don't have a lot of spaces there. Okay. Let's make something analogous to that line. 351. Okay, is this test going to pass? Ah, so there's something else going on in this line. Let's just take the whole line. And I'm going to get some mistakes, but let's see what it comes up with. Unexpected characters in 52. Good. Okay. Now my theory is this shouldn't matter. Okay. By analogy, this shouldn't matter. I mean, it should be GFG. Well, I can't believe this one matters. Getting awfully close to what I had before. What did I have before? And we're saying the first one passes and number 2 passes. No, it doesn't. Okay. Tune empty. Okay, what did I do? This one should pass. No. Unexpected characters found. Okay, let's take out this bar. Well, how? 4, 4. 1, 2, 3. I mean, 4 is kind of a bad column number there. And that's like the end. Okay. Let's look at our parser again. Okay. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the spaces. Okay, let's take out the A, the B. Like, why is that mess acceptable? And this one is not. Okay, let's start mocking up this one. Is it the leading lack of bar line? No. I just don't get it. I could have sworn we did this test already. Okay. What? So, I mean, that looks the same. Could there be some sort of invisible character in this line? Oh. Okay. Um, I don't see how I can see it. Okay, let's do this. Aha, there was a character there. I'll bet you it's a return. Okay. Let's find. Character turn, line feed, line feed. Omitting empty subsequences. Empty lines are okay. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, FEFF. Huh. That really shouldn't be there. Okay, stop, Siri. Um. FEFF really shouldn't be anywhere. Okay, stop. Okay. Let's see. I mean, that's like a Unicode bytecode flag. Like, what's it doing in the middle of? Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of thing we're talking about. Normally, I expect that to be first. Like the very first character can be, yeah, the byte order mark. But what's it doing at the end of this line? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hate explaining to customers. Like, yeah, oh, you got this weird invisible character you never heard of. If I hit delete, what happens? Okay, let's see what happens. I don't know why a byte order mark would be stuck in the middle of my file. $351. Oh, I'm reading the wrong one. Okay, it's gone. Good. Ugh. Um, what's the difference? Maybe I need to clear this. Okay, gone. All right, but I deleted it here and it doesn't record the file as being changed. Is it not my project? It sure seems to be. Where is this file? Downloads? Oh no. Well, that's not good. Okay, I'll fix that offline. I've got this file in the wrong place. I thought when I added it in, I just dragged it and it put it in the folder, but it did not. Okay, so anyway, what have we done? Well, we handled triplet markets, handled this. All right, so we finished those. A little more painful than I'd hoped. All right, but we'll do this one next time and the non-tune stuff. This really is normally you get these letter lines, with the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But you can have other, normally they're header lines, but you can put them in the tune section, and we need to handle that. So we'll take care of that and pick up there next time. That's Monday at 1, let's see, Eastern time. It's 1 to 3:30 p.m. or UTC. It's 6 to 8:30 p.m. And we'll continue on this project. Thanks for joining me today and hope you have a good weekend. Bye-bye.